What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Tyler Perry Sistas. This is season 6, episode 3, and the episode is titled Truth Is. Oh, Lord, you guys. We are starting off with Sabrina. We are starting off with Sabrina and Bio. Y'all, this man. This scene was absolutely ridiculous. So, Bio, he is telling this girl, like, you really thought that I was about to give you all that money and you wasn't going to have to return nothing? You thought you wasn't about to, have to put out? What was you thinking? Here goes Sabrina. She telling him how, I don't want to marry you, Bio. I don't know you. I don't know you. This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. And he like, baby, this ain't no joke. In my country, this is legal. I said, sir, it is not. This is not your country. But nonetheless, this man, he is not joking with her, okay? The whole time he's sitting there, he keeping a straight face, okay? So he's like, when all this is over, you gonna come back to my country. You can join the rest of the 9 wives. And she's like, I gotta go. I said, Sabrina, what are you doing? Not I gotta go. He got to go. What are you doing? The verbiage is wrong. You're supposed to be putting him out. He should be leaving your house before you do. You making it sound like you gonna leave him there. What are you doing? So he tells her that he will have her bail money revoked if she does not marry him. I said, hold on, sir. Because last time I checked, you didn't bail her out. And I'm like, Sabrina, why didn't you catch that? Maurice ass will be going back to jail. And honestly, Maurice, he just volunteered to go, so it wouldn't even matter. He want to be down there. Go ahead, take your money, sir, and we can move on. But he over here talking about because you're going to go back to jail, even though Robin and Andy are the ones who bailed her out. And here's my thing. She keeps trying to tell him that she don't know him. And I'm like, ma'am, you are still not saying the right words. It's Bio. Get the hell out of my house. You tripping. He pretend like he calling the police at first. That's what I thought he was calling. But no, he was calling his mama. He says that he's calling his mama to tell her to not kill the big goat. I said, Bio, get out of our face with this. Oh my God. When I tell you I was laughing so hard, not because it was funny, but laughing because Tyler, you really thought you were doing something. Tyler, if I was African, I would come for Tyler right now. Because then this man, he pretends to hang up the phone with his mama. He tells her, no. Before he hung up, he mentioned something about a green card, right? So he then pretends to hang up the phone or whatever. And he tells Sabrina, like, listen, all of this was a lie. I did not call my mom. I didn't call the police. You really think the worst thing would be to marry me? And then he goes on to make this a racial thing, y'all. I said, get Bio up out of my face. Please. Because he was like, yeah, because Americans, they're always judging Africans and all of this. I mean, Baby Boy gave a whole speech. And I'm sorry, but your speech landed flat for me because, sir, you just made up a bunch of bullshit just so that you can prove a point to Sabrina that made no sense. Like, I'm not understanding. Why did you make up a bunch of lies that you were going to marry this girl? You had 9 wives. All of this foolishness just so that you can prove that you weren't homophobic, and it didn't even prove that. Bio, goodbye. Goodbye. Let's go ahead and move on because I was done. Absolutely done with this scene. Now, I almost forgot. He told Sabrina for her and Maurice to make sure that they show up so that way he get his money back from posting bail. Baby, if I was Sabrina and Maurice, I would make sure I wouldn't show up. You're not getting your fucking money back. Fuck you. Nonetheless, y'all, let's move on to Andy. Andy is waiting outside of Karen's apartment, and then Danny shows up. So they can't go in yet because Sabrina isn't there. So they start taking shots out of these little mini bottles of liquor that Danny done stole from her job. And Sabrina pops up. So she gives them the rundown of what happened with Karen, with Zach and Fatima, as well as Aaron telling her that it was his baby. Now, I don't know why, again, people keep questioning, how does Aaron know that if it's his baby? What about HIPAA laws? If they tested his DNA, I would hope that they would tell him if he's the father or not. Because to me, that sounds illegal if the hospital doesn't tell the person who sampled they sampled if they're the daddy or not. That sounds illegal. But I digress. Kara swings her door open. She lets the girls in. All right, fine. The ladies try to have a little small talk, but that's not why we're here. So according to Karen, she has an appointment with the doctor, and she's blaming all her issues, every last one, on the baby. Oh, it's the baby. Oh, and also some stress. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Zach, he tried to play me. Girl, where? Point it out to us, because we don't see it. So, Danny, she's like, Zach did not try to play you. So, you already know how this is going to go. Danny says what she wants to say. Here comes thing one and thing two, Andy and Sabrina. They're like, shh, no, Danny, don't say that, Danny. Be quiet, Danny. They try to quiet her down yet again. However, Karen is like, no, Danny, go ahead, say what you want to say. Here's the thing. Karen is still in Delulu about her and Zach, and I want her to get out of it. But we actually see Danny, she tries to tell her, like, listen, does Zach love you? Yes. However, he's in love with another woman. He cares about her. He wants to be with her. The love that he has for you, it has changed. Oh, Karen, she don't want to believe it. Baby girl, please believe it. Because we're tired. We're all drained, okay? And then she had the audacity to say, he gave me the money because I'm carrying his baby. Girl, no, that's not why. It's because he felt bad at the fact that you ain't got no damn insurance and your whole place burned down. Come on now. So Danny, she questions if Zach is even the father. And she's like, because we all up in this soap opera trying to figure this mess out. I say, yes, we are. And we're tired. We are so tired of this late, tired episode of Young and the Restless. We are over it. So Karen is like, yeah, he's the father. So, what's her name? Andy, she lets it out the bag that Aaron said that it was his baby. Karen is like, no, it ain't Aaron's baby at all. So she says that she's going to call Aaron and let him know this is not his child so he can stop going around telling people that it is. Now, here's the thing. Zach's name is not on his DNA test at all. So it's basically by default that he is the father. But Andy, she goes on and questions if Karen has been with anybody else. Karen shuts down that rumor. It's only between these two men. So Danny, she ends up changing the subject. And it's because Andy is now on the dating apps. Girl, how do you know that? Because if you're on the dating app and you're looking for men, how do you know what Andy's looking for unless you're looking for women and men? Is that what's going on here? Just questioning. Just curious. Also, another thing. Danny, why are you on the dating apps? Because you're with Preston. Shouldn't you have closed that app out? I guess, girl. So, Andy says that she has a date that night. And she definitely wants to go because Gary knows that she's on the dating apps. And I'm like, again, you're still revolving your world around what Gary is thinking about you. You gotta let that go. My thing about Andy is that she doesn't do anything for herself. It's always about, oh, well, what will Gary think about me? Let Gary go, please. Nonetheless, this is where Danny says, oh, I could go with you down to this bar because, one of my coworkers, he invited me there. I said, excuse me? Don't you have Preston at home? Why are you going to possibly see this man? Just like I thought, Danny don't really want to be with Preston. She don't. Because she's trying to see what options she still got out there. Even though she really needs to go focus on herself. Now, speaking of, she tells the girls that, now she's with Preston and they're official. She's a girlfriend. And I'm just like, and when do you act like a girlfriend? I've yet to see it. So, Andy says that, she's not leaving without an apology from Karen. Karen, she apologizes. She actually apologizes to all the girls. And next thing you know, the girls leave so that way they can all go get ready to go out to this bar. All right, fine. Karen, she ends up calling Aaron to tell him that he needs to come over. But let's go ahead and move on, y'all. We have Q. He shows up to meet with the DA. The DA is like, listen, the deal is off. I know that you've been lying and you're going to jail, okay? Now, the other guys who was actually a part of the robbery, they have already flipped on Q, okay? They said it was all Q. Maurice and Sabrina had nothing to do with it. Q was so busy trying to pin it, though. He was trying to pin it on Sabrina and Maurice when his own homies flipped. And I'm like, that's exactly what you deserve. So, like I said, Q, you're about to go to jail about damn time because we're tired. We are drained. There should be no more mention of that scenario after the next episode. The next episode, Sabrina and Maurice should get a phone call saying, hey, we've actually arrested the person who needed to be arrested. Y'all are all in the clear. So, after Q is taken out, you have Logan and the DA. And the DA is like, don't you feel bad for what you did? Like, you almost had 2 innocent people go to jail. Logan don't feel no type of way because he feel like he was just doing his job. And I'm just like, again, get Logan off of our screen. We don't need to see that man no more, okay? The DA is not feeling Logan. He already knows that the only reason why he was trying to pin this on him was because it would look good if he solved this case and he could get a promotion. Goodbye, Logan. We don't need to see you no more. Let's move on. Y'all, we have Fatima and Zach. They're in the car. He's so stressed out about his son not eating. I'm trying to figure out, when did we figure out that Heather wasn't feeding her child? I don't recall that. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know when that happened. Nonetheless, you have Fatima telling Zach how, she feels bad because she basically hooked Hayden up with Tamara, but now things have gone too far because Hayden is now married to her, and he's only known her for about 2 weeks. Zach is like, girl, don't worry about that. That's on him. Let him have that. At the end of the day, he finally leaving us alone. So, there's nothing to worry about there. And I can't lie, I'm kind of on Zach's side. Like, at the end of the day, he finally leaving y'all alone. Don't worry about that, girl. Mind what the business that pays you. So, let's go ahead and move on. Andy, Danny, and Sabrina. These outfits. It was a lot going on. Because you already have Sabrina in her full zebra fit, okay? Full zebra. Then you have Andy in this pink puffy dress. I don't know where she was going, but it was absolutely overdressed for that bar. Absolutely overdressed. Then I look over to Danny and she got on all this gold and bronze looking like this was her best outfit from 2016. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? I don't know who was styling in this episode, but I need for them to go back to the drawing board. Nonetheless, Andy spots her guy. And he's supposed to be a former football player. I'm trying to figure out when. Like in high school? Because it's not giving NFL at all. So she walks up to him or whatever. He's like, I'm a hugger or whatever. And she tells him that this is her first date off of the app. And he's like, oh, this is my second. The previous girl, she was a narcissist and her photo didn't match her current looks. And I'm just like, okay, ain't nothing going on with this date. Like, it was not giving at all. Now we go back over to Danny, and her coworker pops up. Now he thinks that she's there for him, but she's like, no, I'm here to support my friend. She's on a blind date, and that's why I'm here. So Danny ends up introducing him to Sabrina, and he's over there skinning and grinning. And I'm just like, okay, that's weird. And he's like, oh, I feel like I already know you. Again, he's a weirdo. And I'm just like, you've been ear hustling on this woman's conversations daily. You sound psycho. Okay? The fact that you are skinning and grinning, how would you even know that this was Sabrina? Because even if I'm talking to my friends or whatever, I'm not doing like physical descriptions of them, nothing like that. How would you know that this was Sabrina and not Karen? I'm sorry, it's giving stalker. And what makes matters worse is the fact that he offered to buy the ladies drinks. Okay, that's fine. This is where it got even weirder. He already knew what Danny's drink order was. Again, who's having a conversation on their phone where they say, girl, my favorite drink is blah, blah, blah. Like, no. How would he know that information? I'm sorry. Tyler, you got to stop this. You've got to stop it right now. The way he builds the male characters on these shows, I need for him to stop. Because this right here is giving creeper vibes. Nonetheless, this man has a friend pull up. No. Before that, he was talking about how he had to convince his friend Jordan to come out that night. And who is Jordan? The guy who's on a date with Andy. Oh yeah, she's in good hands. Next thing you know, another one of their friends pull up by the name of Rich, this tall, bald guy. And he's also like, yeah, she's in good hands with Jordan. We don't know him. Hell, we don't know y'all. We don't know if y'all are good guys or not. I don't know. Like, that energy, I don't know. So, they gave this whole story about how Jordan was such a great athlete, but then he got married, and that was his downfall. I said, okay, red flag for the friends. And they're like, we've all been divorced. Again, another red flag for the friends. And according to them, they are just living. They not hoes no more. Yeah, okay. I'm not buying it, but okay. So, they offer to take the ladies somewhere else that's quiet. Again, red flag. I'm saying these are just red flags to me. Because if I already told you that I'm here to support my friend, make sure she's good, why are you trying to take me out of this bar to somewhere quieter? What you think we about to do? What do you think we about to talk about? But the ladies, they turn both of them down and say, no, we can stay here. We can get a booth that's close to our friend Andy. And that's what we gonna do. I'm sorry. I'm weirded out by this entire situation. I really am. Because why does he know so much about Danny and all her friends? I think it's weird that these two guys happen to be friends with the guy who's on a date with Andy. It's all too cliche for me. Like, Tyler, you gotta work on your writing, baby. Because this right here, it ain't good. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on. So, we see Aaron at Karen's apartment. Now, she thanks him for all his help, cleaning up at the shop or whatever. And he says that he can give her the money since she didn't want to take the money from Zach. She don't want his money. Baby, she don't want any of it. She don't want nothing to do with this man anymore. She's done with Aaron. Hell, she's been done with Aaron. But for some reason, Aaron can't catch the hint. Even though she's told him multiple times. So, she's like, I'm choosing to be single. It's just going to be me and the baby. And he's like, yeah, but I'll be around. And she's like, why would you be around? He's like, because it's my baby. Girl, this man is convinced, okay? So, here's my thing. I think that Aaron is sterile because you couldn't even have kids with Fawn. The kids that you did have, those were from previous relationships that Fawn had. You've never had a kid. Yeah, I think he's sterile. And on top of that, sir, not you getting your results and the results being 99.99999%, you are not the father. I said, Tyler, get the hell out of here. First of all, why would a test result say 99.99999 you are not the father? It should say that you are 0% the father. Like, as in, you have no connection to this child. Whoo! I'm not even. I'm just going to take it for what it is. All I'm going to say is that whoever did the DNA test paperwork, they need to go relearn how to do it. That's all I'm going to say. But I guess, we got to make this work for the TV show. So now Aaron is looking stupid because he knows the truth. Because, Karen slid him the paper so that he could read it for himself. He out here looking stupid because he really thought that this was going to be his kid, and he loves Karen and all of this. But here's the thing, sir. She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you around her child. I just think you need to move on. I really do. I've come to the conclusion that this should probably be the last of Aaron, even though I don't think that it will be. So Aaron, he ends up walking away. I think he tried to give her a kiss goodbye. She wasn't here for it. She basically put that man out her house. Okay? And honestly, it was about time. No offense to Aaron, but I think that his character has worn out his welcome. He really has. But y'all, let's just go ahead and move on to the last scene. So we have Fatima and Zach. They are dressed in all black like they're about to rob somebody. And here comes Heather's nosy neighbor. She out here telling him how Heather's not home. And Zach, he asked this lady, where's the boy? I said, not you calling your own child the boy. So you know what? Since you want to call him the boy, that's what I'm going to call him for the rest of my review. The boy. So the lady's like, oh, well, the boy's upstairs with some man named J Bones or something like that. And how this man, he be like beating the kid and just all this stuff, right? And here's my thing. So this lady looks over to them and is like, so what is your relation to this child? So of course Zach is like, I'm the father, this is my wife. She looks at Fatima and is like, and you tolerate all this? You put up with all this? Because I could never. And I'm just like, well, girl, we didn't ask you what you could put up with. We really didn't. So next thing you know, they hear a scream, and it's clear. Oh wait, before we get to that, Fatima ends up asking that lady, like, oh, did you call, like, I can't think of what it was called, like Children's Services or whoever she's supposed to call. And the lady's like, yeah, they gonna come out tomorrow and do a wellness check, basically. And I'm just like, okay, that's great. We're moving into a direction. And next thing you know, we hear this loud scream. So Zach, he decides that he's going to bolt up the stairs, okay? He's running to go save his child. So he ends up getting upstairs. He's banging on the door, trying to get up in there. Oh boy opens up the door, and he basically just sends Zach away. He's just like, yeah, he don't care nothing about what Zach talking about. So Zach, as he's about to walk away, Fatima's like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to call the cops, right? So the little boy, he screams yet again. Zach, he turns around, he runs up on that door, breaks it open, and next thing you know, he is fighting this man. Now, my question was, where's the boy? Like, what was the man doing to the boy? Because we didn't even see the boy. Now, one thing that I do want to say about this episode is that I feel like Tyler was cleaning house, okay? Like, I know that in the next season, there's supposed to be writers coming in, and a couple of characters, they won't be there for the next season, from what I heard. But I think that Tyler is getting a head start on cleaning out these characters, so when his writers come in, they will have a clean slate. Because according to this episode, Q is gone, Logan should be gone, Aaron gone, Bio gone. That's 4 guys. I'm here for that. I hope we get to clean up a lot of stuff around this joint. Y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.